What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we are checking out Warhammer 40k Gladius, a game by Slytherin Games, known for making really solid strategy games. They don't really make bad games. And so anyways, this game is like if you took Civilization and you removed all the diplomacy from it and then just made it all about war and troops just annihilating each other. And brothers, I'm pleased to report that it does the Imperium proud. It's a fun game. As of right now, the factions that are available inside the game, you can play the Astra Militarum, aka the Iggies, the Imperial Guard. Very, very strong faction. Very good faction. I highly recommend them. They're pretty rad. You're not going to be disappointed. Once you start snowballing as the Imperial Guard, there's not a lot in the game that can stop you. We have the Chaos Space Marines. Haven't really played them a whole lot just yet. We've got the Necrons, pretty cool. Kind of an annoying army that can teleport all over the place and generally just be a pain in the ass. The Orcs, very, very strong early game. Really, really good in melee combat. You really don't want to fight Orcs up close if you can help it. The Space Marines, everyone's favorite space crusaders, rolling around with mighty righteous bolt of fire. We've got the Tyranids, the inspiration for the Zerg. They're little buggy dudes that have strength in numbers, but in general, their units are pretty weak. We're going to start out with the Space Marines because I think that's a really good entry point for anybody that's new to Warhammer 40k. They tend to be the faction that everybody's into in 40k when they first get involved with it. My favorite factions are the Orcs and the Astra Militarum when it comes to 40k, but the Space Marines are a really, really good introductory army to get people interested in the game. We can choose our troop color if we want. We'll leave them blue. They'll be Ultramarines for right now, but if we wanted to, we could be like, we could make them green and we could be salamanders, or we could make them red and be like blood. We could be like blood ravens if we really wanted to. Anyways, you can also, apparently, you can pick black as well. I didn't know that. We'll go with blue. We will be Ultramarines and dispense ultra violence and ultra bolt of fire upon our enemies. Let us roll out.
Gladius Prime was a bastion of humanity, newly colonized. A suitable base for our chapter to rebuild and recruit. We Space Marines raised our fortress here, grew strong again. But the Orc invasion brought a warp storm that cut off our Emperor's light. And the dread Necrons crawled from the earth beneath our feet. War was on all sides, yet we are the Emperor's chosen. We do not dread the dark, or quail at the relics of old. Terror is for those who oppose us. We know no fear.
I wouldn't really be afraid of anything either if I was a 10-foot-tall, genetically modified, multi-organed killing machine. I wouldn't be that worried about much either. I would feel like I could take care of business if I was that guy. We started out in a really rough spot. This is a bad spawn. It's going to be tough for us to make this work as Space Marines. Legitimately, this is kind of a bad place to start out. And we got to deploy our city. That's the first thing that we got to do, and then we'll talk about everything else that the game has on offer so that you can kind of figure out what's happening. We do get a lot of production from right here, so that might save us. We got some recap leave down there, too, so we've already got, like, some super awesome territory. We're going to put Primarch's Rest right there, and then what we'll do is we will start deploying new territory, largely around production, if we can. I'll probably cancel this after the first go, but we're going to have to do a little bit of land capturing first. First things first, things you need to know about this game. Every single faction has different resources that they're going to be calling in order to supply their war effort and defeat the enemy. As of right now, we have requisitions. That's basically how much materiel you can call down from orbit in order to create units and also build buildings. We've got electricity, which is used for a lot of our larger units or our land skimmers, stuff like that, and also for powering our buildings. We've got our research. Every single turn that'll go up by a little bit, and when it reaches certain criteria based on the research that we've chosen, it will unlock that research. And then we've got influence. Influence is largely a stat that's entirely for hero units, but it's also used for some special abilities and things like that, and so it's good to have a nice supply of it when and where you can. Our first research that we're going to pick up, the frag grenade. Very, very useful research. Gives our infantry the ability to throw frag grenades at the enemy and take them out. We got our first quest. This game has quest-based gameplay. And what it wants us to do for the first part of our storyline is it wants us to make a Fortress of Redemption and deploy it next to a terrain feature, a special resource, in order to protect it. We can do that with this button right here. This is a special ability that only the Space Marines have. It's really, really good, and I highly recommend using it a lot. If you have to spam it, that's okay. These fortresses are super rad. Just be aware that they have an influence upkeep. Now, with these little dudes over here, let's press out a little bit into this area and kind of see what we can uncover. We do have a lot of trees around our base. We're probably going to want to clear a lot of this stuff out as time goes along, just to make things easier. We've captured our first location, which is this right here. Our city walls are out. My suggestion would be that we build ourselves a apothecarian right here so that we can build more units. And then after the apothecarian is down, I would suggest a refectory so that we can generate more requisitions. Our units, we're going to keep pushing forward until we find enemy contact or until we find something that we can capture. The good news is, even though we don't have a lot of equitable land to play around with right now, we are going to be very hard to attack. It's going to be super annoying to try to attack our units. We don't have an attack from right there. I would recommend dropping a fortress right there just to secure the perimeter. That also captures that Jacaro trading encampment right there, which is going to give us a fat bonus to influence. And then on top of that, it's going to give us a defensive perimeter for our city. I'll try to deploy one down here as well where I can. And you guys move forward, and on the next turn, we'll make a push on these guys. These guys are shrouded. What that means is that they get kind of a defensive bonus. We get 50 free requisitions for what we just did by completing that quest, which is good for us, bad for the enemy. We're going to push forward, and we're going to hold this perimeter for now. This would have been a much better spot to make our base, I think, but I can live with what we've got for the moment. Oh, they're shooting at me. That's not fun. Stop shooting at me, you dicks. I'm gonna need you guys to stop shooting at me. Thank you. I'm going to push forward on them. We're going to start putting some damage on these cats. They're probably going to try to run for it if they're not pinned, but I don't think they're actually in a great position to escape. And so we may be able to kill them off and get some XP. Every single unit inside of the game will level up as you kill enemies. Every level up will give them 1 more HP, which makes them far more resilient. And then on top of that, they will also get 5% more damage. Meaning that when you're playing a high damage unit like the Space Marines, they tend to scale very, very well with their level up bonuses. And these guys over here, let's finish them off. Oh, they didn't die. That's a shame. They're getting a defensive bonus from the trees. That's really what's kind of going wrong here. So we'll wipe them out, and then we'll press backwards towards the fortress to see if we can bait these guys to attack us so that we can make use of the twin-linked ultra cannons, the ultra lasers that we have inside of our Fortress of Redemption. Frag grenades are done. The next thing I would take is the armory. That way you can start making armored units. Things like tanks, stuff of that nature. Oh, these guys ended their turn on top of wireweed. What a bunch of idiots. That was definitely not a smart play. They'll probably try to run away now. Oh, they didn't try to run away. Apparently, they're just dedicating to stupidity right now. Okay. Well, I'm going to capture this because I need the extra requisitions. And then we will just open fire on you. You're about to have a bad day. Congratulations. I will consume you and turn you into Ultra XP for Ultra level ups. Don't end your turn on wireweed. Rookie mistake. It's a bad plan. It's not going to work out for you. You end your turn on wireweed, you're going to have a bad time. We're going to hang out here and defend this for a minute while we wait for our HP to come back. How far along are we right here? We're almost done with our armory. And then pretty soon we will also be done with our refectory. Very nice. You guys hang tight for one more turn. We're done with our apothecarian, which means we can produce tactical Space Marines. I'll make one group of them because 3 Space Marines is better than 2. Alright, now that we've captured this locality, let's fall back a little bit. They're probably going to push forward and try to steal this back, so it's going to be in our best interest to wipe out the enemy over on this side. The armory research is done, which is great. The Space Marines have access to some pretty cool armored cavalry. Next thing that I would take is dormitories, because pretty soon we are going to be running out of space in our city. We've got a population limit right now, and we're at 3 out of 6, which is denoted on this little tile. And so we're going to want to expand that about as soon as we can. Our building options are kind of limited here right now, which sucks a little bit. But I think with time we'll be okay. Yeah, there they are. Get them with a little bit of the old-fashioned Overwatch right there. They're going to deal a little bit of damage. Hopefully we don't lose any Marines. We didn't lose any Marines, good. So we should still have 4 guns left to bear against these guys. We're going to move forward. We're going to hit them with some fragmentation. Oh, really? The fragmentation grenades aren't really doing that much damage because they're in a forest. Feels bad, man. Feels very, very bad. And I don't really want to have to chase these guys out of our territory either, but oh well. More frag grenades. They're going to retreat. We're going to chase. That's almost exactly what's going to happen. They're going to run away. We are going to chase them. And once we chase them, we are going to shoot them right in their stupid noggins. So there it is. The Ultramarines have defeated yet another Ultra enemy. And we have achieved level 2. Hang tight for a minute. Might be a good idea to put another fortress over here, but it's also a little bit redundant. I wish we could bulldoze this one and put the fortress in between the two to defend it. Since I didn't know it was going to choke out further over here, this is kind of a waste. We could actually put the fortress right here, and I think it would be much better served, but that's life. The things we know versus the things we don't know. Pull back a little bit. Hang tight. See if any more enemies come, and if they don't, then we will leave this area. Ah, more Space Marines ready to go. You guys take the southern right there. Ooh, there's Prometheum pipes. I like Prometheum pipes. I would love to have Prometheum pipes. Yeah, you guys break off over here and come down this way. Alright, so inside the confines of our city, what I would like to do after this next capture is I would like to make an armory. So that's what we will do. I do like how we have that forest right there to really slow down the enemy if they try to break through. It's really nice. Get them caught up in basically the covering fire of our city. Keep moving south. We may have built this city, but this city is built on Prometheum. We built this city. We built this city on Prometheum. Built this city. Ah, cultists. Loverly. You can always count on the cultists to show up. Every single time. They've survived the first volley. I would like to move these guys down this way. Move these guys up a little bit so they deal more damage. You get way more damage from being adjacent to the enemy than you do from firing from 2 squares away. So we always want to try to close the gap if we can. It makes things simpler. It's bad for the Gap's business plan. I know they're out here trying to sell clothes, but we need to close the gap. Alright, so the next thing we want is crack grenades. Those are going to be really, really useful for defeating enemy light armor. So if they have light tanks or anything else of the matter, it gives our infantry a fighting chance against them. Take that Prometheum. That'll give us a little bit more electricity to play around with. That dude has unfortunately opened fire on us. He is now going to die horribly under our righteous Ultra Fire brothers. We will now return to base for Ultra Snackies. Oh, good. More enemies. Hell yeah. Normally, I wouldn't be stoked about more enemies. But in this case, more enemies is good because we need to farm up XP and get these guys up to like level 5 about as fast as possible. That's going to hurt. Oh, it didn't kill anybody. Nice. Sweet. You do actually actively lose attack power from losing units, so you really kind of want to avoid it if you can. Now let's keep our righteous fire going out. We'll put in another fortress right there. I don't think the fortress can fire on the turn that it's been deployed. I don't think. It fires on the next turn. But for now, we'll let it unfold and handle its business. Dormitories are good and ready to go. We'll deploy the dormitories right there. They are going to run away, and since there's a relic right there, it's probably going to be risky to chase them. It's probably a bad idea to chase them, but these relics are really valuable. The problem is they tend to be defended by these things that are called enslavers, And enslavers are a pain in the ass this early in the game. We kind of want to avoid enslavers for right now. We can build scout bikers, which is pretty rad. I'll probably knock out 2 scout bikers just so we have somebody that can move around the battlefield quickly and deal some real damage. There's the enslavers right there, by the way, in case you were wondering what they look like. Enslavers. Enslavers. They're trying to take over your body. Continue firing at them. If we can, rotate around, get into position, open fire on these dudes so that we can claim this relic right here. These relics are going to be a relative hotspot. Everybody on the map is going to want them because they give you permanent fat bonuses that just make your army flat out better. I want to give these enslavers a choice right here. They can either dedicate, come in, and capture somebody, and then we can kill them on the next turn, or they can run away and I can get this relic, which will give everybody in our army 10% more damage, which is no joke. That's 2 level ups worth of damage. That's pretty hot and spicy right there if we can pull it off. Alright, so that's now our relic. We get a 10% bonus. We're going to be hitting pretty hard if they decide to come back. Let's just hold the perimeter for now. We're not really in the business of building anything or doing anything. We just want to keep it slick. Inside the city, we're almost done with our dormitory, so the next thing we're going to want to do is get our electrical grid up and running. Our next research, I would suggest that we probably go for the Reclusium. That'll give us access to heroes. Heroes are pretty good in this game, and getting 2 Space Marine captains on the field as soon as possible is not something you're going to regret. They are probably one of the principal tanking units in the game. They're not particularly weak to anything. They have an insane amount of armor. They generate free influence for every enemy that they attack, or every bit of XP that they gain. Just an all-around great unit to have, in my opinion. Oh, look at that. They came back. They're braver than I thought. Oh, they came back in numbers. All right. Well, we're going to have to move around a little bit in order to make this work as far as surviving goes. These should go down pretty quickly. These Kroot Hounds are not a massive threat. But we are going to have to rework our lines a little bit. But this is a really, really good opportunity for us to level up and earn a bunch of XP. And so we'll pull them back. These guys are going to recapture this relic, and then we'll kind of like sit here and debate and decide whether or not we want to attack this choke point. Alright, so 1 turn till our scout bikers are up. There goes the relic, which is unfortunate. I'm going to let them heal for a turn or 2. I don't want to risk losing anything. Scout bikers are ready to rock. I'm going to send them up to the north side of the map just to scout around and look for a minute, see what they can find. Our city's got our electrical grid up and going very, very soon. The next thing we probably want to put on the map is either another armory so that we build units even faster and we have doubled production, or a Reclusium. We have plenty of building spaces left. Let's do the Reclusium. With our research, I think I'll probably go with the chaplain. It's not a terrible idea, but I'd like to get some points in right here so we can get to Kraken bolts about as fast as possible. Let's go with the fortress expansion. We're looking okay economy-wise right now. Not like fabtabulous, but okay. Scout Biker, I'd like for you to be up here inside the forest, just getting ready for anybody that might come along. Those dudes can deal a ton of damage. Just be forewarned, they're a little squishy. They tend to die really easy. Well, that's unpleasant. We've got Necrons in the neighborhood already. Luckily, they are a squishy variety of Necrons who deal a lot of damage. Weak. Okay, fall back. Yeah, we can't fight them over open water, so everybody fall back and try to bait them in to the cannon fire, please. I would like to get those twin-linked ultra las cannons on them. With you right here, I'd like you to come back south just in case this Necron situation doesn't resolve itself in the manner that I think it's going to resolve itself. Just saying, it might be a good idea to have you backing down here as backup. Everybody hang tight. Nothing to worry about just yet. They're not pushing in, so... we want them to kind of understand that if they push this way, bad things are going to happen. Oh, they brought in like a full force of Necron warriors. Okay. Alright. Oh, wow, they're attacking us super early. This is a really hard early game push. I didn't expect this. Didn't expect this at all. This is a really hard early game push. Okay. Well, we'll do what we can where we can do it. You guys get inside of here. You guys pull up on them. Give them a little bit of the Emperor's Fist over here. Just a little bit of the Emperor's Fist in ass. Can you finish them off? No? Okay. Pull these guys down to here. Pull these guys down to here. I know they're going to be, like, in the main battle force, but now that the scout bikers are here, we should be okay. Necrons are down. Easy XP opportunity for everybody in the neighborhood. Including the tower, by the way. The tower levels up, too, and these towers can get pretty nasty and strong if you let them snowball. The guys that are inside the fortress, they will naturally heal while being protected from damage. We've got 2 turns until our next scout bikers are up, too, so I think we'll be okay. I'm expecting these guys to fall back, actually. I think they're going to run for it. Or not. Yikes. Not good. Not good at all. Can't fire on them, huh? Weak. Do those work on infantry? Good. Move up. We need these guys to die, like, right now. It's time to get desperate up in here. We gotta deal some serious damage. That basically halved their health, which is not good. We'll bring a little bit more firepower against these guys. I didn't expect to get attacked so early. I'll be honest with you. I'd also like, if we're going to be getting hit by Necrons over here, I want another fortress in. Put in another fortress. Just in case. Yeah, that Necron right there knows that he should not push in because these las cannons are going to shred him if he does. So he's kind of avoiding it for right now. Let's keep our units in position. Was not expecting that much combat that quickly. I'll be honest, usually there's like a good hour before other factions start trying to attack you, but we must be situated really close to each other on the map. That's all that I can figure, is that we're like directly competing for resources right now, and that's worrisome. That's worrisome and bad. I'm going to put in another refectory over here so that we can start getting some more mined materials, and I'll decide what I want to do with that in a minute, but we're kind of almost unit capped right now, and I would rather not be. That's fine. You guys are more than welcome to attack my city. I don't really care. Attack away. Do your thing. Oh, they're going to attack the main city. They're absolute madmen over here. These guys are crazy. These dudes have no fear of death. Wow, that was a big heal. Good lord. We just got to keep killing. That's all we can really do. We'll continue deploying fortresses as necessary. But for now, we are getting attrition down pretty hard. These guys are trapped and they've got nowhere to go. Pull the other scout bikers down. These guys might get aced right here, but I'm trying to play a little aggressively at the moment. Continue firing at them. The more of them you can kill, the happier I will be. Don't ever go after somebody's fortress with 1 unit. You're going to at least need like 10, 15 units to knock out a fortress. It's just not going to play the way you think it's going to play. It's basically just throwing your units away for no reason. Like, if he stays there and attacks, I'll be really surprised. These guys are still attacking the fortress. Man, they've got a lot of units up and running already. This is bad. You guys get inside the forest to make room, or inside the fortress to make room for everybody else. I kind of need to scooch them over, but haven't done it yet. I guess, man. I guess. Like, we don't really have a lot of options right now. We're getting picked on a little bit right now. We're getting picked on a little bit. Might be worth it to put a fortress right there on that corner too, since we know they can attack us by sea. Yeah, let's get the captain up and running. I think the captain is a really good idea. Yeah, these dudes kind of hit like trucks. It's sort of a situation. Pull him back so he's protected, I guess. Make it so that if they want to attack him, they have to get shot by the las cannon. These guys are healed up. We can deploy them. These trees right here are causing an issue for our line of sight, though. I need you guys to be out of there just in case this dies on this turn. All right, research up. We will go with... Let's go with... God, I don't know. How good are these guys in melee? Maybe we should spec melee for now. Reanimation protocols. They've got more damage than we do. Yeah. The Gauss Flare... Or the Gauss Flare is really hurting us right now. It's not a pleasant weapon to be shot by. Like, at all. I think we may be kind of dug in down here and, like, dedicated to a big fight for a while. Unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what you guys think your play is right now, but these things are kind of annoying over here. They seem to have a pretty solid understanding of how much damage they can deal out, too, without getting hit back, which is really worrisome. I would like to push them back and cause some problems out here and make some headaches, but I don't know how feasible that's going to be for the next little bit. You guys are a little scuffed. Head back over here. Like, if they want to push up, fair enough, but until the captain gets here, let's just hang tight. Oh, there's more of them. Oh, they're pushing up on us right now. That could maybe work out in our favor. Maybe. They are taking losses. Like, we're not losing units. They're actively losing units, which puts us in a strong position. Luckily, it looks like the Gauss rifles don't really affect our other units that much. Hit them. Yep, let them have it. They're going to run out of units eventually, because, like, we're pretty well fortified over here. We got any level ups? The city leveled up. That's really, really nice. That'll be helpful. My scout bikers leveled up. Also helpful. Okay. Hang tight for a minute, everybody. Hang tight. It's going to get better. Just kind of got to play smart here. I would like it, since they're being kind of annoying over here, I'd like you guys to push up and maybe see if you can help out with this. I think that was more or less the tip of the spear. I don't think they have a whole lot left. We'll get some more unit production going. Man, they hit hard. We'll run up on them the best we can. We got 2 groups of Space Marines right there. All right, let them heal up. And while they're healing inside their little space dorm, so I can keep an eye on what their HP looks like actively. I'm going to have them deploy outside the fortress, but oh my god, time's getting away from me. My name is Splattercat. This is Warhammer 40k Gladius. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. We are in the thick of it right now. This is a very, very fast-moving game that we're playing at the moment. Normally, it's a little bit slower. I'm guessing that the map is crowded and the AI can't fulfill the need for the items that it wants in order to increase the production the way it wants to, so it's swapped and it's being very aggressive now. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in. Definitely get this game down below. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. Check out the Discord if you wanted to talk about this game with me. Other than that, I also have a Twitch stream that you can check out where I stream every single day of the week. I'll have something hot fresh for you off the Indie Skillet tomorrow. How you do, everybody?